Welcome, everybody. How's everybody's weekend going? It is Sunday. It is a beautiful day here in the Midwest, but want to know how you guys are doing. How's everybody's weekend? This is United versus everybody. I am your host, Sean, and we are back with another Scouting Report special. If you've been a part of the channel for any amount of time, you know that I am a bit of a scouting nerd. I do like to follow a lot of different leagues, see if I can uncover some hidden gems, some future stars. It's been hit or miss, as most scouts and analysts are, but hey, it's still fun, and I think some of you guys enjoy it. So it is something we do on the channel. Today, I've got 5 more for you that I want to showcase and highlight. A couple of young English players, another midfielder playing in France that I think everyone's gonna take note of coming up this summer as well. If you didn't also watch AFCON as well. A young winger playing in Denmark, and we've got a young striker playing in the Dutch second division. So we're going to dive into all of them real quick, you guys. Make sure you guys make sure you subscribe. Don't forget that my interview with football agent and owner of Omnisports Football Agency, James Featherstone, did go live for everybody. So obviously it's Legends first, and then everybody else gets it after that. So go check that out if you haven't yet. I had a really good, fun interview with him. It's about an hour and a half long. I was really, really fun sitting down with James for a little while. So some of you guys have already seen it. Hopefully you found it interesting and insightful. If not, go check it out. There is a link in the description of this video. So make sure you guys check that out as well. Let's get stuck in. I will see you in a hot second. All right, everybody. First and foremost, you guys know I have to jump in the comments and see who we got here. Jump in and join me today. Of course, it's a scouting report, so you know my boy Danny B is going to be in the house. Big up. Yes, do hit that like button for me. And like me, Danny seems to be on permanent Hayden Hackney watch. Hayden Hackney, the Middlesbrough midfielder. You guys know we've been following him for a while now. He was class tonight, man of the match. I think he got himself a goal. You know who else got himself a goal and an assist was my pick for our backup striker next season. Tommy Conway came on as a sub, got himself a goal, got himself an assist. So just saying, if anyone, I know a lot of you voted for Dylan because he pulling on the Hayden Hackney heartstrings and the Danny Welbeck heartstrings, but I'm just saying Tommy Conway is pretty good too as a backup. So Danny, look, thank you for checking out that agent video. Yeah, it was fun. I'm trying to get some more guests on throughout the year. I think it could be fun just to kind of take a break away from transfer talk, from match previews and stuff, and maybe focus on stuff like that. So if that's something you guys like, just hit that like button and subscribe and let me know your thoughts. It's really fun. I had a blast doing it. So let's get stuck in, you guys. You guys know when there is the little clipboard and the notepad in the upper right hand corner, you are watching a scouting report. So let's start off with another player that Man City let get away that you don't ever hear about. Norwich midfielder Jacob Wright. Again, like I said, another one that Man City did let get away. He joined Norwich on loan, and in 2025 they exercised their option to buy for just $2.5 million. Now, Jacob Wright, he is a 6, but he's not a 6 in like the physical, I'm just going to win the ball, kind of like a Manuel Ugarte kind of a sense. He is the 6 in the sense of like a João Neves. He's going to drop deep, he's going to link defense and the attack, he's going to dictate tempo and initiate the buildup from deep within his own half. And that is what I really like. You can see he's just 20 years old, excellent composure for someone so young. His passing range, his playmaking, his work rate, vision, all of it is excellent for a player who's so young. And remember what I said, when it comes to 6s, you got your holding mids, you got your defensive mids, and you got your deep lying playmakers. And this guy's definitely a bit of a holding mid. He's got composure. He's got an excellent passing range, a solid work rate, stamina. And though he isn't a midfield like destroyer profile wise, he has shown a willingness to get stuck in and engage the opposition out of possession as well. This is where he lives on the pitch. You can see he kind of covers everybody. Now, he is mainly a sub right now. Again, very young, but you can see he kind of covers a lot in midfield, kind of in that box-to-box role as well. But he is, like I said, he does get stuck in off the ball. 86th percentile for tackles per 90, which very, very good. 81st percentile for interceptions per 90 as well. You can see he wins a lot of balls in the air. He does pitch in off the ball. But again, because his job is not necessarily to destroy, it is to launch that, initiate that play from deeper position. The chance creation, the shot attempts, the touches on the ball are elite for that level. Again, now keep in mind, because he's not starting every single match, the percentiles will be slightly skewed. That's just how percentiles work. But again, what I see from him so far. Where he excels is the playmaking, the dictating tempo from that deeper role. He's a guy who's going to drop deep, collect the ball, pivot, and then launch things. I really like, kind of like what Bruno was doing under Ruben Amorim a little bit. He creates a lot of chances, as you can see. His expected assists was among the highest in the championship. It's like top 14% for chances. He's got 2 assists this season. He had 4 last season. Again, he's still just 20. So he's got some growing to do, both physically and positionally. But again, that's what you expect at this age. And I think because of that, he's going to need a ball winner next to him in midfield. He's not the guy who's going to do that kind of job. Like, he and Kabi Manu probably wouldn't work alongside each other. They would both need someone whose job is going to win that ball back. So, but Jacob Wright, very good young player. If anyone's watching Norwich this season, let me know. Debassi's in the house. Big up Debassi. His stats like he's a CM. Yep, he is a center midfielder. He plays as a 6, but he is going to drop deep, pick up that ball and line. He's kind of like João Neves in that regard. Now, before anyone clips it up, that's not me saying he's as good as João Neves. But again, imagine that kind of player is what we're talking about. So, but Jacob Wright, keep an eye on Norwich. They did play today. They did not win. He didn't play, I don't think. But yeah, Norwich definitely, they got spanked by Leeds today in the FA Cup. It was like 3-0. So moving on to the other next end of the pitch here, let's take a look at Tim van der Leij. Like Robin van Duijven, a striker that I scouted recently, van der Leij plays in the Dutch second division. Now, like Van Duijven, he actually came through PSV's academy, but he did end up finding himself at Vitesse. But he was the first of many players to leave Vitesse this summer when they lost their professional license as a club briefly. A lot of players jumped ship when that happened. But Van der Leij he's a straight up goal scorer. You can see he's 19 years old, but he's already 6'3". He's already an absolute unit, but his instinct, his movement, his positional sense, and an awareness in the box, just his reading of space, the timing of some of his runs and everything. And what I like about him is that shot volume, but he's an instinctual goal scorer. A lot of that movement in the box is next level for his age group, and he just wants to score goals. He's always finding a good position just to get on the ball and get a shot off. He's quick to pull the trigger. He's got a very high shot per 90 value, and he gets it. He's one touch shoot. And you know how much I love that in a striker, and you know how much I hate it when strikers take 1,000 touches to get that ball away. 14 goals for him in 25 appearances, 8 starts, 2 times Team of the Week already this season. You can see getting a lot of touches in that box as well. In a side, if he were to go to a side that just literally their job is to create chances for strikers, right? Which not United right now. We don't seem to want to put the ball in the box, but you do that, he's going to bang. And like another striker that we all know well, his knack for making an immediate impact as a substitute is top, like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer levels. I'd like to see him kind of and his coaching staff, I'd like to see them work on his, develop his contribution off the ball in the build-up, maybe work on his link-up play, work on the hold-up play as well, because I do think that it's great to have that striker's instinct and be a bit of a fox in the box, but in the modern game, you are going to have to add a couple strings to your bow, and I think that would just elevate him to another level for his age group especially. It could be a future Bruno. Big up. Yeah, not a lot of people watch the Dutch second division, the Eerste Divisie. You guys, when I say I'm a bit of a scouting nerd, I'm not trying to exaggerate. You guys know that by now. I'm out here watching Belgian leagues. I'm out here watching like Russian leagues and whatnot. It's a bit nuts. But like I said, Robin van Duijven, the PSV youngster we scouted a couple weeks back, and then this guy too. Keep an eye on them. There's a lot of players upcoming through, and like someone like Sean Stoer, who we've scouted recently, he's now in the Ajax first team. He wasn't in Ajax first team, a couple months back. He was in the second team. So it's always good to get an eye on who's coming through in that league, because you guys know the Dutch Ajax in particular, they are struggling since Ten Hag left. but they still know how to find and identify talent. So, but Tim van der Lee, you can see excellent numbers for such a young striker. I mean, top percent for goals and shot attempts. I mean, the guy literally just wants to score goals, man. It's insane. So, let's move on to another attacker. Let's talk about Aral Şimşir. He is a dynamic, creative wide attacker who thrives on the left wing, but he can operate almost anywhere across the front line. He combines pace, technical ability, and a good reading of the game, a good chance creation / vision to take on defenders, attack the box, or link up play in wide areas and in and around those half spaces. As you can see, he plays in the Danish league with Midtjylland, 23 years old. But he's fast, he's creative, he's really good on the ball, and he's just got an eye for just getting that ball into really good positions. And all that is what enables him to play multiple roles behind the striker. Like, he's that good. He's played at 10, he can play right wing. He's got 11 goals and 18 assists in all competitions so far this season. He's got 3 goals and 4 assists in the Europa League, and it's already well ahead of his 6-goal, 10 assist output last season as well. So his development is on an upward trend at the moment. He leads the league in assists, second for combined goals and assists, first for big chances created right now, second for overall chances created, 9th for successful dribbles per 90. He's been in the team of the week 7 times, the Europa League team of the week once as well. Like, he's having an absolute barnstormer of a season. If there is any area for Şimşir to develop and to focus on, it'd probably just be his work rate off the ball if he wants to kind of elevate himself to that next level. Because he's not known for being super defensive. But again, if you look at where he lives, where he thrives, he is very comfortable on that left-hand side as well. We see literally top percent for chance creation, shot attempts, and goals as well. So you can see, 2% for defense. Now, I don't demand that from attackers, the defensive contributions, simply just because that's not their job. But again, if he wants to elevate himself a little bit, that would be something I would say he needs to work on. There have been links to Fenerbahce, Besiktas, Sporting Lisbon have also been linked. Juventus have even been linked to him as well. Midtjylland recently rejected a bid from Trabzonspor in the Turkish league as well. Now, 10 million euros is the price that I'm seeing reported for this kid. He's entering the final year of his contract as well, so I would expect to see some movement or probably some new contract talks. But technically, next January, if he hasn't signed a new contract, he could sign a pre-contract, or he could probably go for free if he doesn't plan on doing that. But Şimşir is a very rapid, very creative, very effective chance-creating left wing. I really like him a lot. So, yeah, versatile. If anyone's watching any of the Danish league, is really good. And I've started putting in the FC26 ratings for you guys, so you can see what they're all like. So, yeah, he's a good-looking left winger there, Dabasi. Yeah, he does have that bit of that Rashford, that bit of that Garnacho, but what I like that is he's not, you can see with the 18 assists this season, I mean, clearly he's not just all about cutting inside and getting a shot off. The guy knows how to put a ball in the box. Yeah, unlike Cunha, it does my head in Cunha sometimes, but we love him. Moving on, got 2 more for you guys today. You guys, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe if you are new to the channel as well and you appreciate some scouting reports. Moving on. Let's look at a defender. Now, this one is actually a recommendation from longtime United vs. Everybody community member, Danny B. We were talking about Charlie Cresswell. Now, remember, starting 11 and Legends members of the channel do get to suggest players for scout reports. Try, if you can help it, to not put them in the live chat, because those are harder for me to find. Leave them in the comments after the videos, and that'll be easier for me to see. But Charlie Cresswell, young English defender playing with Toulouse in Ligue 1, 23 years old. The kid is massive, and he's very good in the air. But it's not just that he's physical like someone like a Branthwaite or a Tarkowski or something. Like, his reading of the game is very good for such a young defender. Usually you don't see that kind of anticipation, that kind of positioning, that kind of delay or knowing when to step up. Usually you don't see that for another 4 or 5 years in a center back. But the way he can anticipate and position himself is excellent. And when needed, he will be able to carry that ball out of the defense as well to kind of initiate that first phase of attack. But he's also a goal threat too in the air, which we're going to talk about. Now, he does rely a lot on that physicality and that aerial prowess. But again, it's that positional sense, a knack for reading the situation that enables Cresswell to be such an asset when it comes to the anticipation, breaking up play again by knowing when to step up, when to hang back. In the box, he gets into good positions to attack. He nullifies threats in his own box as well. He's literally in the top percent for aerial duels and top 5% for clearances right now. Like, he's just a physical specimen. 4 goals, 3 assists in all comps so far this season, the most of any center back in league. And all came from inside the box. So again, you can see nice big red blob in the opposition box. And then you can see a lot of his own half is covered in red, meaning that he can, recover. He can play a little in a higher line, but he also carries that ball out. And you can see, look at all the touches he gets in his own box as well. 4 goals, 2 assists last season. So he's already doing much better than last season. Now, like most center backs who are bigger, he will struggle to defend against pacey, techie attackers. Most center backs that size do, but and he's not a deep lying playmaking center back like you're going to see from like Lissandro Martinez or anything. That's just not his game. But he has shown, again, like I said, a willingness and even a capability to carry that ball out of defense in that first phase when needed. There's nothing wrong with that. He's just not the guy who's always going to play the line breaking passes is all. I've seen Liverpool linked in January, along with Newcastle, along with Palace, along with City. Supposedly, the Scousers were prepping like a 26 million bid. Now, they rejected Toulouse a 25 million euro bid from Brighton in January, and they rejected a 25 million package from Wolfsburg. So again, around that 20, probably you're going to look at probably like 30, 35, maybe even 40 million for this kid. But I tell you what, if Euro has his ups and downs. If for some reason Euro's development stunts or something, or maybe we just want to go, if De Ligt can't get fit, if Maguire's contract goes out, maybe we just need to go ahead and get someone like this. But Cresswell, Aiden Heaven could be an excellent, solid pairing. Cresswell on a Euro, I think, will be a solid pairing as well. He's not young. He's 23, like I said. Maybe it's time to bring him back home. What do you guys think? Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat here. Yeah, he is just top notch in the box, Charlie Cresswell. He is just, you saw the blobs. Like, the blobs don't lie, you guys. Tobias says, speaking of center backs, we do need 2 new. So we might need a couple center backs. Now, we've got 5 technically. I want to see what happens with De Ligt. And I would see Leij. I don't know what's going on with Leij. Hopefully he'll be back fit for Aston Villa. It's been weird that he's missed a couple matches just randomly. If you want to know what I think about center backs, Tabazi, go ahead and watch that 200 million pound rebuild that Dylan and I did the other week. Maybe I decided just to be ruthless. Maybe I didn't. Y'all can go check it out. Then it says Leeds go, so he might hate us. I mean, you never know. We've signed players from Leeds before. With Leeds, it's always tricky. You get like the players that we have signed from Leeds, like the Rios and the Cantonas, and then you've also get like the Archie Grays, who I like Archie Gray, but his family is like born and bred Leeds, so I just don't know if that's going to happen. But Danny likes him. Well, he is your recommendation, so I would hope you like him. Otherwise, that would be foolish. I'm just joking. Let's see. Danny says 40 gets it done, but paying that money probably go Van Hecke. Yeah, Van Hecke is entering the final year of his contract. And I think that Spurs were reportedly prepping like a 35 million bid this last month, and or like 40. He would be probably closer to, yeah. He would probably be a little cheaper. Maybe it just depends on your negotiation. If you've got people who are good at their jobs, I don't see why it should cost a lot for players, but it is what it is. So Charlie Cresswell coming to you from Danny B. Remember, starting 11 and Legends members can make those recommendations. If you are a starting 11 and Legends member, you do have players that you want to maybe see featured, recommend them, but leave them in the comments after the video. It's the best way for me to get a hold of them. So let's see. Devas says I would say maybe 25, 35. Well, we will see. They did reject 25 million package, so it would probably cost a bit more at this point, but it really would depend on the player as well. So final player of the day, you guys, please make sure to like and subscribe. Let's talk about one of the breakout stars of French football this season with FC Lorient. Another young midfielder along the lines of Mamadou Sangare, Lamine Camara, Lucien Agoume, Ibrahima Bangura, and we're talking about Arthur Avom. His journey is a bit interesting, too. He's playing on the streets of Yaoundé, became a key figure in the midfield that actually powered the club's return to Ligue 1 in 24-25 season, FC Lorient. So, but Avom is a tempo-setting, box-to-box midfielder. He's just more of a modern midfielder. He's almost a complete midfielder, as you can tell. He's got that perfect balance of attack, defense, tactical intelligence. He's got creativity and playmaking ability. He's got vision as a playmaker, and he's tireless. He's got stamina and work rate. Comes to ball recovery, distribution, just covering every blade of grass. The guy does it all. He can drop deep to shield the space in front of the back line. He's composed on the ball, so I don't worry about him in those situations. But his primary role for FC Lorient is linking the play, breaking up the pressure, protecting those central spaces. Again, he's got really good anticipation. He knows how to jump passing lanes, and he knows how to quickly turn defensive plays into attacking transitions, which is something that pace, the speed at which you have to do that, especially in the Premier League right now with the way more teams are playing, that's integral right now. You can see he covers a lot of the pitch as well, but he links the phases of attack. He feeds the runners, breaks line. He's got really good vertical passing. I really, really like that. He's not flashy, but he's consistent, and he's not wasteful. He just controls the games from midfield, which is rare that you see from someone so young. He's just 21. Under pressure, he has no problem holding on to the ball, progressing up the pitch. He's got really good passing, or he can carry it as well. And like I said, he doesn't just play always a safe pass, but his passing is intelligent. It's purposeful. He's in the top 10th percentile for carries per 90. Oops. Don't know where his numbers went. Hold on. Let me go find his numbers for you guys. My slide with his numbers is gone. So I'm going to look it up real quick for you guys, because that's what we do on a live show. Here, we'll put up his per 90 real quick. There we go. Can we see that? There we go. So we are looking at long ball percentage, top. Chance creation, top. Crosses, tops. Dribbles, very, very well above average. Duels, well above average. His touches, well above average. Tackles, interceptions, well above average as well. Even his possession one in the final third, well above average as well. Like, the guy is just a box-to-box, just monster, man. I love it. Good movement off the ball, really good reading of the game for his age. Defensively sound, good positioning, good anticipation. He's going to be suited to teams that want to play vertical, quick transition football, and you see a lot of that in the Premier League these days. That's how a lot of teams are playing. Win that ball, get it up the pitch. Unless you're United these days, and then we just want to play side to side. But he is, and I think that it says a lot that he's reportedly catching the eye of a lot of Premier League clubs. Chelsea have been linked, Aston Villa, West Ham. I've seen Liverpool, Bournemouth linked as well. Now, his contract is up in 2027, so that means he's entering the final year of his contract. 10 to even 15 million tops, maybe with add-ons, gets it done, like, reportedly from what I'm seeing. Like, go and do it. That's a snip, honestly, for a player like that. You'll make your money back real quick with this. Big up, Rob Taff in the house. Good to see you again, my friend. Oh, let's get caught up in the chat here. Sanjay is in Nepal. Oh, in Nepali bar. Big up. Oh, he's in Lisbon. Big up. Big up, Sanjay. Debasi's got Arthur Avom on his list. Yeah, he's a very, very good player, man. Let's see. Debasi can vouch for him. There you go, you guys. Debasi's going to vouch for him. So if we end up signing him and doesn't do well, we all know where to point the finger at Debasi. Yes, he does play for Cameroon, and so we need to get Agent Abumo on the phone, because I think this guy is very, very good. Now, do I think he'll come in and just hit the ground running? Probably not. That's very, very rare. But I think that he's young enough to come in and good enough to where if you were a rotation option with someone like an Anderson or a Wharton or a Tonali, I wouldn't worry too much. Kind of like Urenki. I don't worry about Urenki. When I watch Caleb Urenki play for Nordsjælland, he's got a lot of qualities that easily translatable to the Premier League, I think. Same with Stankovic at Club Brugge, I think, as well. The boss says he can shove attackers on his own. Yeah, he's got long legs. He can really get stuck in and win the ball as well. Very, very similar, Danny. Very, very similar. I was watching a little bit of Agume as well earlier, as playing as well. So, yeah, his defensive numbers are very, very good. Yeah, Rob, 10 to 15, again, bargain. It's SC Lorient, so you're not going to have to pay a ton of money, but I think, again, he's entering the final year of his contract, and that's what I think is the kicker. If he had like another 2 or 3 years on his contract, you'd probably be looking a little more, but again, player going in the final year of their contract, if they don't want to renew, that's an opportunity. It's the same with Jan-Paul Van Hecke, for instance, at Brighton. That you can get that deal done for 35 million for Van Hecke, and that's your center back for the next 6 years. Like, I mean, it almost makes too much sense not to do it. But again, you look at who we have in charge at this club, and you wonder why we don't get shit done. But um, a lot of very similar-minded midfielders out there. Like I said, Ibrahima Bangura, Luciano Goumet, Lamine Camara, Mamadou Sangare, and then again, we've got Arthur Avom. Very, very similar with slight differences here and there. And like Debas says, some of them maybe do look like already that they maybe have a higher ceiling. Like Sangare is very, very, very good. But this is another one to keep an eye on. So, but yes, 5 players for you guys. Again, starting 11 and Legends members can make recommendations because I like to hear you guys' thoughts. That is a perk of the membership. So make recommendations. I'm still a couple videos out. I know Danny recommended a fullback at Norwich as well. So that will be on another video. Like, I've got a lot of these planned out very, very far. So this one took a little time. It's just been a crazy couple weeks as well. But we'll have another one for you. Don't forget, too, this week, because we don't play till the weekend, I've got some left back and right back targets that I'd like Manchester United to look at. So I've got 2 videos coming up, 5 left backs, 5 right backs, because we do need some fullbacks as well. Obviously, Dylan and I will be back later on this week to take a look at who we think should be in the bomb squad this summer as United look to clear out some more deadwood and strengthen. And of course, we've got the Villa for Aston preview as well, because we'll see how that one goes. Let's see. Alvin Sanchez and Victor Fro. We've scouted both those guys on this channel as well. Some good. Did you steal them? Is that how you learned from them? Is watching the channel? You can be honest. It's all right. I'll take credit for that. Tobias says, I think we should get that Vanderlei, a Shesko backup. They're very similar. And you guys, and I'm not saying no. If we got another striker, I would personally, if it were me, I would want a different profile than what we already have. So, like we've seen, there's teams maybe where having someone like Shesko wouldn't be the best role. Maybe we want someone a little pace and stuff. And again, Mbumo can do that as well. So maybe it's not necessary, but want someone who is maybe a little bit like a Martial or like a Lacazette kind of profile, I think, as a striker, or like a Jermaine Defoe kind of someone who's going to play in the tighter spaces, someone who's going to be a little better on the ball, a little more pace. But that's just my personal pick. I mean, it's really hard to find that right now. It's not a big market right now for strikers, and a lot of them are very, very similar. So there's not a problem if that's just the way you want to play. Then go get someone like a Rocaderi if Wolves go down, and he could be very similar as well. So let's see here. A fast 9. Yeah, I'd like someone like a Mohamed Amora at Wolfsburg. Someone like that, I think, could be a good option. Is just something different. That's why spoiler alert, like when I did my 200 million pound rebuild, that's why I went with Tommy Conway. Gelhardt at Hull could also be a really good shout. He is a bit of a second striker, kind of like almost like a false 9. So someone who can play in those areas, maybe drift a little wider if needed, operate in the half spaces and the channels. Someone just offers something a little different is what I like. But again, everybody's different. That doesn't mean that that's why it should be that. That's just what I would do, because I like to have options as well. So yeah, and Conway did get a goal and an assist tonight as coming on as a late sub as well, Middlesbrough in their win. Of course, Hayden Hackney, man of the match, as I was reminded. So Rob says, Surgeon needs to get serious and just, I don't want Mbappe. I wouldn't go anywhere near Mbappe. I'm not a big fan of egos and toxic play. I think we've had our fill of that at United over the years, so I am all good here. We have one in VTech, Debasi. He wants a backup keeper. We have one. We don't know what's going on with Bindier, and we don't know what's going on with Heaton. If it were me, you get Heaton on another year because he's really just kind of there to help train and basically be a coach at this point for goalkeepers. And maybe there's some young players. I would want someone who's a little bit more experienced to be the backup, though. But again, it remains to be seen what's going on with Bindier. But who knows? We've still got Onana we got to deal with this summer as well, because he's still kicking around. So, but those are my 5 latest players on the scouting report. You guys, let me know what you thought, if you've heard of any of them before. And like I said, starting 11 and Legends members, you can go ahead and make recommendations if you want as well. And I will add them to the list and keep an eye on them. And if, we do them like I did with Danny's today, we'll give you a shout out and let everybody know who to blame if they don't work out and we sign them. But Enjoy the rest of your weekend, you guys. Go check out the interview I did with James Featherstone, the owner of Omnisports Football Agency. He's a football agent. I sat down with him and did that interview. There's a link in the video description if you guys want to see learn a little bit what it's like to be an agent and things like that. It's pretty interesting. I had a blast doing that. So that video is live for everybody now as well. And like I said, keep a lookout for some more videos this week. Some interesting stuff. And then, of course, when international break comes around, we'll be having some fun with that too. But you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Not much football. I think the Milan Derby is coming up today. Is that now? I think that's starting in like 15 minutes or so. But so if you're interested in that, you can watch that. But until next time, you guys, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. Check the memberships as well. It's the best way to get involved. It does help support the channel. And if you want to, go check out the United vs. Everybody store, where it's another way to support the channel, get some cool gear like the King Cantona shirt that I've got on today. You can get stuff like that on hoodies and t-shirts and hats and whatnot. So go check all that out, you guys. And come back later on. We'll be back sometime. What's tomorrow? Probably Tuesday. We'll be back. We got Champions League this week as well. So until then, you guys enjoy your weekend, and I will see you guys on the next one.